What up? It's D&D in the building. Purdue power. No ceiling. Yeah. Double D back, that's Derek and Dalton. Talking gold blood, Mackie Ben Moulton. Black and gold dreams, banners we folding. Paint crew loud, every rim gets swollen. Stats so clean, you think it's a scheme. History books get Purdue screen. From humble to E-Day, legends on replay. We run through Mars like it's just another weekday. Double the energy, talking that legacy. Boiler boys cooking, no recipe. Microphone magic, rivalry static. We breaking it down, keep it cinematic. You want the heat, better tune in fast.
Welcome back to the Double D Podcast. My name is Derek. As always, this is my co-host Dalton. And today we will be recapping Purdue's victory over Iowa yesterday. A resounding victory, 21 points, 57-78 by the Boilers in a very limited possession game. But one where the Boilers controlled it throughout, outside of the first 5 or 6 minutes where it's kind of close. Purdue had it up, 19-9 at one point, and it just kind of stayed around 10 or 11, 12 points in the first half, and then the second half did the same thing, stretched it out to 20, and just kind of held serve there for quite a while. Obviously, a lot of the role players had great games, but what were your initial thoughts of this game, Dalton, and how Purdue played and what they showed?
Yeah, I watched this on a cell phone, so it was kind of tough, but everything I saw from this game makes me believe that we don't even need to do this episode. Like perfection, just utter dominance throughout the entire game, a full 40-minute dominance. The guys look good. The bench looked really good yesterday, and that is a key factor that's going to play a huge role in March and how far we go. The starters came in, just everybody did their job, just like what we asked. We controlled the boards. I saw 3 Iowa players laying on the floor at one point. So that's, I think between Clough, DJ, and TKR, they're done messing around. I think it's a Dennis Rodman mindset, and a lot of people are in trouble, and I think that Michigan's in trouble on Tuesday as well.
Yep, I agree. Probably the best part of this whole game, the most interesting part was some of the post-game stuff. Trey had an awesome post-game press conference where he really let a lot of insight into how he's been feeling and how he turned the corner here and the mindset he's taken, like you said, Dennis Rodman style mindset. And then we got to see Braden just completely punk Jeff Goodman, and there's really not much else better in this world. Made Jeff Goodman look like a complete moron, and then they go on Field of 68 and replay it, and everybody's just like, Goodman's like, am I the worst interviewer ever? And they're all kind of like, yeah, you're pretty fucking terrible.
It's not about interviewing. He's an asshat
yeah.
as a person. Like, I know old Carter Elliott loves the word asshat in the 2020s, so I'll say it. Jeff Goodman's an asshat. He is the Dan Dockich of all of NCAA. No one wants to talk to him. He should be blackballed, and I don't know how he still has a job. The Field of 68 would be so much better off if they got rid of him. I would actually watch it. I can't watch it. I refuse.
Yeah, him and Hansbrough are the ones that get me.
Yeah.
But Goodman, he's been riding Hummel's coattails forever. And he likes to he did it when he interviewed Painter after this game. He said something about Hummel and he said something to Braden. It's like, can you just shut up, dude? Everyone knows Hummel really doesn't like you. He just has to because of family ties. This isn't anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here, but that's how this game was. It was kind of a exciting game. Obviously we love to see Purdue dominate, but wasn't a lot of competition to be had here. I was actually really surprised this game didn't get chippier, because Iowa is a chippy-ass team, and they were getting manhandled for a lot of this game. And let's be fair. My biggest takeaway from Trey Kaufman-Renn this whole game was that he was getting hammered every single play and never got upset about it. And to me, that's the mental change with him, is he seems to have accepted this is the way it is. And, he said it in his post-game presser, scoring 20 was easy. That's what he said. And then he goes, rebounding's hard. And he's right. I mean, be in the Big Ten, rebounding is difficult. So
It's a
really liked
legit
that
effort play, dude. That's all it is you
every
have to
time.
want it. Like, and I saw a play where Daniel got cooked on defense. As we were talking about Daniel in the preview, he got cooked on defense and then stood there and watched an Illinois guy get an offensive rebound
Yeah.
and didn't make a deep. Like, that's where I'm at with DJ. Like, that's the one probably critique I have on this game.
Yeah, and we'll get to each player because, like, I'm similar. A lot of people after this game were like, "Oh, I really like DJ's game." I thought it was fine. Like from a he blocked some shots. He was good defending the rim at times, but like he's clumsy. He does some weird stuff. But we'll go through it. So yeah, let's roll through some stats here. I'm not going to pull them up because I don't think we have to in this game, but I will go through the numbers and we can kind of talk through them. Just team stats first. Purdue's bench, I think, was a big story in this game. They outscore Iowa 31-8. We beat them 13-2. And oh my gosh, you always do it like right when I'm in the middle of like trying to say something, and then it breaks it up, and now this whole segment's fucking collapsed. And back to backer, that one doesn't even count. Don't put that on the board, Blake. He's just getting handsy now at this point. Guy says in the preview to this game that he's got to borrow money from me to pay rent, which is not true, by the way. And then today he gets a fresh haircut and a new TV. So he just took my rent money and went and spoiled himself a little spa day. Guys at the Cheesecake Factory hanging out with Greg Oden last night. I mean, what are we doing here?
That's a big man.
That's a large dude. Yeah. I sat on the bench while my team played against him in summer ball one year back when I was young, and I was on the JV, but our varsity played him, and we all dressed together in the summer league, and that's a large dude. It's a very large dude. Anyway, where was that? Fast break points, 13-2. I thought Purdue played with a lot of pace here. Again, another game where Braden rebounds, which means we played a faster pace. Every time that happens, we played a faster pace. And when Trey rebounds, because Trey's really, really good with the amount of time he's played with Braden, that he knows if you get a rebound defensively, Braden wants the ball now, like the second you get the rebound. So he's really good about doing that. We killed him second chance points, 15-8. Points in the paint were 26-24 Purdue, but it was worse than that until the very end of this game when they kind of just started getting all the cheap stuff, trying to fight their way, to make it look respectable. But only 4 turnovers, off turnovers for each team. It was actually a pretty good game in regards to turnovers for both sides. Purdue led by up to 27 points at one point. Iowa's only lead was 1 point 3 minutes into this game. Purdue did go on 1-12-0 run in the first half, and only two lead changes. Iowa leads the game for kill shot at him. Iowa leads the game for a total of 16 seconds, and Purdue leads for 38 minutes and 27 seconds. So very similar to the Nebraska game. Purdue dominated and was ahead almost the entire game. Nebraska just had a little bit more firepower to come back. But this is 2 games in a row, and we've been asking all year for this, where Purdue comes out and just hammers a team in the first 10 minutes. And Trey talked briefly about it after the game, about doing that, and giving yourself a little grace as the game goes on when you come out and you set that tone really quickly. So I was happy to see that. But let's go through the player stats. We will start with Braden. I thought, and you say what you want to say, but I thought Braden, without scoring hardly at all, scored 5 points in this game. Only took 1 3, only took 5 shots. I thought he controlled this game from start to finish like a puppet master. They could not stop him from passing the ball and getting, like, we missed 18 pretty good looks from 3, and he still ends up with 12 assists. So he has 5 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. Like I mentioned, he drew 4 fouls, which I think Jeff mentioned he wanted to see Braden get into the paint and draw more fouls, and Braden obliged. So he's a plus 22 in this game, best on the team. What were your thoughts on Braden?
Yeah, just Braden game. This is what I want to see out of Braden. I don't think we need 20 points out of Braden. There may be some games where it's necessary. I don't think if people are hitting their shots, Braden is so much better at distributing. It feels like the game flows smoother when he's not searching out a bucket and other people are hitting. It seems like he's having more fun. Like, the game's just more fun to him. And, the 12 assists speaks a lot, but what really stands out is 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
He's been making effort plays. It seems like all three of the seniors are making the effort plays. Braden played great defense yesterday when he had to switch on to Sturts or had to guard Sturts sometimes. Sturts is a legend. I mean, just dude is amazing. So to have to guard him and control the offense and push and fast break, yeah, good game. Good game.
Yeah, I missed his first free throw, and I was like, "What are we doing, Braden, with these free throws?" And then makes the next 3. So he also only had 1 turnover. So this is, I believe, back-to-back games with 10 assists or more and only 1 turnover, which I saw a stat. That's the only person in the last 30 years that has done that in back-to-back games.
Yeah, I want to have that guy check for witchcraft, because how do you compile that amount of data? You're talking,
Yeah.
he said every D1 team.
Yeah.
For 30 years. Like,
That's crazy.
how? I
Yeah,
don't how?
yeah, it could have been just complete made up bullshit, but it sounded legit.
Well, his site's legit. He has a lot of followers, and I looked at that and I'm like, oh my God, the amount of data that you had to go through to pull that stat.
Yeah, to pull one single stat like that. But hey, it's a good stat. And
Yeah,
something
kudos.
that before that game, after the Oregon game, I think we had talked about it where Braden had, I think it was like 5 of 9 games with 4 or more turnovers. So to have back-to-back 10 assist games, and I think when he does this assisting version of himself where he's not really a scorer, he's just a elite number 1 facilitator in America, reminds me of that Houston game where he didn't score the second half, but he completely controlled the game. He has the ability to do that. When guys hit shots, it really opens things up for him. So great game from Braden, of course. And honest to God, just like completely capped off by the interview with Jeff Goodman. If you have not seen that, go to Field of 68 and watch it. It is worth the minute-long video that it
I
is.
don't know that I want him to get any more views.
Yeah, so maybe go find it somewhere else and watch it. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was epic.
Yeah.
He just didn't answer any of his questions with more than like 4 words, and then immediately darts off at the end of the interview. And basically, he rolls his eyes a couple times. Like, it's so blatantly obvious that, if you love Braden like we love Braden,
It was
you will
damn
enjoy
near, it was worse than a Newbert interview, so.
Yeah, and he's normally short with Newbert too, but this was like aggressively short and condescending almost.
You gotta watch it.
It's perfect. I'm sure most of you have. Let's jump to Fletcher. I think this was just like what I consider to be a Fletcher game. Goes 2 for 5 from 3, 40%. We're good with that. Makes all his free throws, 3 for 7 from the field. Draws a couple fouls. Scores 12 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. Doesn't get a rebound, so we're back to that Fletch, which is really who he is. But thought it was a fine game for him. He hit a couple early that really kind of set the tone for this game. In that first 10 minutes, he made 2 threes. And I just thought that a lot of what Fletch did in this game wasn't necessarily like huge moments or loud moments, but he was just good. And when you have CJ and Jakari both kind of doing what they do, which we'll talk about shortly, like Fletcher kind of just, he got basically got the party started, and they just stood in the corner and kind of vibed back and forth while everybody else was dancing. That's kind of how I saw it. And he probably was in that corner with one of Iowa's women's sports athletes. So, what did you think of Fletcher in this game?
Yeah, just a great game from Fletcher. I mean, the dude had a 154 offensive rating. I made no mistakes. He played good defense. And what I've learned about Fletcher is he understands help defense better than anybody on our team. He knows how to run people into where they need to be ran into. Like, he will make you go to a spot and you won't even realize he's pushing you there, is what I saw. I mean, the dude just understands the game. He'll be a great coach one day. And just shout out to Fletcher. I mean, he didn't force anything. He just played the game. And that's true leadership from a senior.
Yeah, I mean, coming off a game where he took 17 threes, you're like, oh, he's firing. And, it only takes 5 in this game, and they were all good looks. So, I tracked every 3 again. He didn't take a single contested or heavily contested look. So they were all wide open or open shots. So I love that from Fletch. And, I think that this version of Fletch, has to be like the floor for Fletch, like that very consistent. I'm going to make 2 threes a game at least. I'm going to score my 10, 12 points. I'm not going to turn it over. I'm going to be smart with the basketball. And like you said, I think that's the underappreciated thing about Fletcher on defense. Not that he is so great at it, because he's not. He is just so good at, like, you can watch a game and watch him telling other guys where to go. Like, he is the quarterback of that defense, or the middle linebacker, I guess. It was really good to see. Let's go to CJ. Obviously, Jakari was popping off in the first half, so CJ played or popped off in the second half. That's just kind of the yin and yang of those two guys sometimes. 5 for 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, and at one point in the second half, he was 4 of 5 in the second half. He had one of those, last year's Alabama game where he just goes ham for a minute. Scores 14 points. I think the only reason Jakari even had that shot in the first half really was because CJ got in foul trouble quick. Had like 2 fouls very quickly, which kind of sat him for a lot, but that allowed Jakari to get going, so it almost worked out. Kind of an empty stat line for CJ. Only 2 rebounds, no assists, 1 steal. But obviously, when he's knocking down shots like that, he had that one heat check in the corner. It was one of the only 2 heavily contested threes I put down for Purdue. The other was Omer's, and like, to me, they like. You earn that. When you're 4 for 5 in a half, you earn that. And I'm never mad about that. So even though that gets marked down in a bad category, it's not a bad shot in my opinion. What did you think?
Yeah, if you're heat checking, bro. Once you hit 3 in a row, I believe you're allowed to pull up from wherever you want.
Yeah, if you want to shoot from half court, fire it, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's just see what you got. You got to. I mean, if you don't do it, it's a disservice to your team. But really, for CJ, what stands out to me is 0 turnovers. The ball movement was fantastic. Yep. He got into foul trouble early, had an even split with Jakari on minutes. I just think CJ, this was a game where he did his job, and we saw that he's a furnace. Like, again, it's in there at all times. It's a sleeping giant, and if you're the team that gets it, you're probably not winning that game. Let's just be honest. When CJ's hot, he's our 4th, 5th option. If he's hot, you're done. We win. Just tell your fans to go
sorry.
home.
Say sorry.
Yeah, he didn't even play in the first half, and to end up with 14, I mean, he's a bucket.
Yeah, and no free throws. I mean, this is all on shots made. So 100% agree with you. Like, if Jakari and CJ combined for 7 made threes, Purdue will not lose. They will not lose.
No chance.
Like, I could literally write that. I bet if you went and looked, and it probably hasn't happened very often, to be honest, but like, if it's happened, I would bet there's a number, maybe it's 6, that Purdue doesn't lose if those two, because if those two are hitting buckets, one, they're only taking mostly wide open shots. So that means Purdue's generating them. And if they're going down, I'll have the 3-point numbers again, but we've proven now, I think, through 2 games here, Purdue makes wide open shots. And anyone who had that mentality, like I was included in this, that thought Purdue missed a lot of wide open shots, like, we really don't. Like, if you average it out, we might have stretches where we miss a couple in a row, which it's going to happen, but over a game, we don't. So, yeah, great game from CJ. Great half, I guess I would say. First half was a little weird, but great half. I thought him and Jakari both were excellent at guarding Sturtz. Sturtz popped off like the last 10 minutes, but that was when the game was already in hand. For 30 minutes of this game, Sturtz had nothing. He could get nothing. We completely shut him down. Let's keep it in the guard room. Let's go to Jakari. Obviously the exact counterpart to Jakari or to CJ. Jakari went off in the first half. Went 3 for 6 from 3 in the first half. Had maybe the best dunk since Jaden Ivey played for Purdue. And that's including Miles Colvin. Miles Colvin were almost all off alley-oops. This was a straight go to the basket, in your grill, nasty big dog level dunk. And Jakari goes 4 for 7. 3 for 6 from 3, 3 for 3 from the line. The guy does not miss free throws. He will not. Has 5 rebounds. Thought that was impressive. 3 steals. I mean, you've been asking for this game from Jakari. He's your guy. What did you think about him?
Yeah, I loved it, man. And I think this is how Jakari can play. He's not confident enough. It really comes down to that. It's like, he'll take the open threes, but like, man, he is just so physical and so big that it's like a shame. It's almost a waste.
Yeah.
that he's not going to the hole like that, and I think it just showed everyone, like, that was a Jaden Ivey dunk. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that level of athleticism and that quickness, like, and Jakari's a bigger body than Jaden Ivey, same height, but that was what Ivey used to do to people, and I don't think there's any reason when Jakari gets in, he shouldn't take somebody off the dribble. I think he's a strong handler. He handled a lot in high school. I mean, second highest offensive rating on our team. Just fantastic game. He made all the right plays, 5 rebounds, the 3 steals. It's just that's what he can do.
Yeah.
He just has to, I guess, just get the time to do it, or because usually when he comes in, dude, for the last probably 6-7 games when he comes in, we're fighting for it, fighting for
Yeah.
our life. So it's like you kind of gotta, you don't have that freedom, but I love what I saw. 14 points from the guy when him and CJ go for 28. You're losing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the fact. If our shooting guard spot goes for 28 and that doesn't include Fletcher Lawyer, like, you're done for. You have absolutely no chance. I mean, our role players, not the big 3 and Oscar, so I'll call them the big 4. Our role players scored 45 points, 46 points in this game. You know, like, Iowa only scored 57. So think about the math there. Yeah, I thought Jakari was just lights out. It was weird. The stat started popping up, and we've kind of been aware of this because I've seen it in enough places now. He shoots incredibly better on the road than he does at home. And I was listening to Bits, and they were talking about this a little bit. Like, maybe this is like the Mackey crowd can get into that when a guy seems cold, that, the size and the grunts, and maybe there's just too much pressure on him at home. And when he gets on the
And
road, he kind of,
everybody.
yeah, on everybody. You're probably right. That's kind of what Mackey's been this year. And it's less of like a beehive for the other team and more of a torture chamber for Purdue. Like, the fans are not encouraging, they are moaning and groaning. Like, we expect such a high level of perfection. We forget that these guys are, 1, human, and 2, they're playing really good teams. Even the worst Big Ten team is a very good team, would win almost every mid-major conference. Like, Maryland would go win almost every mid-major conference in America. Like, that's just the reality of it. And I think for Purdue, it's the fan base has to, and I think they will now because we're fair weather a bit, and because we have this going on. But I think the Michigan game will obviously be intense and insane, but that's not a game where we can, if Michigan goes on a 10-0 run, you can't just give up, and the fans can't give up. Purdue's able to do the same thing to Michigan. Michigan's shown that they have dry spells too. And I promise you they will go on a 10-0 run against Purdue. Like, it will happen. Like, they are that good. But the fan base has got to kind of clean that up. But I think that's a big one for Jakari specifically because the guy is lights out on the road. He's a great free throw shooter under pressure. Like, he's clearly built for that. It's almost like, like when I played golf competitively, like in high school and stuff, my dad, if I ever looked over after a bad shot and saw my dad, sink his head, it almost feels like they're feeling that same feeling of like they're disappointing the crowd. And I don't like that. So if you're listening and you go to these games or you have friends and family that go to these games, tell everybody, like, listen, we got to encourage these dudes. There's 6 games left in the regular season for the winningest class in Purdue history. Like, this is the year. If there's going to be a year now, this is not saying we're not going to be good in the future, but like, this is our year. And this is the last year we get with 3 of these guys at least, maybe 4 and Oscar Clough, who's been fun as well. Anyway, sorry about my tangent. Let's go to Omer. Hits 2 threes in this game. I like to point this out because it's mostly Omer. Omer takes 1 good or great shot. Okay, he takes 4 contested or heavily contested threes. He also did it multiple times. I hope you guys are watching at this point, where the clock got to 10 and he goes dribble mode, ISO mode. It's literally automatic. Sometimes it'll be like 11 or 12, and he'll almost like fake like he's gonna do something, and then now we got it to 10. I swear to God, there's a number in it that's been told. But it's crazy. What do you think of Omer in this game? He ends up with 6 points, has 3 fouls, gets a rebound, an assist, and a turnover.
Yeah, lowest offensive rating on the team. He's not there. It's like everyone, like I know KJ went pro, but I don't really think that KJ was ready to go pro. And I just feel like that's kind of the similar situation is like, it's got to be hard going from being the guy on every team ever, playing, an Israeli ball and being a pro and coming over here and just guys are better than you. And you were always the guy, you were the man. But I don't know. I have high hopes for Omer. I just don't want him to be the point guard. Like, I want him to be a 2, or even a 3. He's a big body guy. You put him and Jakari in there, we're a defensive, tank, essentially. Like, try to run through those guys. They're both 215, 220, and 6'4", like big boys. But yeah, he hit some threes. He got 5 up. So volume shooting works out for Omer, gets 6 points, but an 84 offensive rating, it's concerning.
Yeah, Omer's a good guy to have in late shot clock situations because he can get he can get space at any time. My thing on his space is like sometimes he gets the space and then he makes it even harder with like a sidestep or a step back and like just go up, man, when you get the space or whatever. But yeah, the complete ISO ball, he just dribbles he's a dribble. Like he's the guy that you dribble the ball into the ground. Like that's all you're doing is just dribble shot.
You gotta
it looks
move
like
it.
It's 10 to 12-year-old basketball. Like it's like you can't look up while you're dribbling. It's weird, but as long as he keeps, if he goes 2 for 5 from 3, I don't care what the shots look like. Shoot 40%, I'm happy with it.
And I'm not mad at Omer. I don't want anybody to take it like that. Like I'm down on Omer. I just don't know that his play style warrants a 16 minutes unless we're blowing Iowa out on the road. Like that's where I'm at is like, I think there's a lot of room for coaching and growth this summer, and I think that he'll get it, and next year we'll be screaming about him. I think he's that level of player. I just think we need to see some film, like he needs to see some film where, hey, don't come down here and dribble for, 26 seconds. Like,
yeah, I run a drill in coaching little kids, like where it's 4-on-3, but you can't, the 4 can't dribble. Like you have to pass to get a bucket. And of course it's chaos a lot of the time, but for Omer, like sometimes I'm like, man, just move the ball. Like just because it's at 11 seconds on the clock doesn't mean the ball stops moving. Like that's how you get a good shot with 11 seconds left. You drive and you kick. He just wants to shoot an 18-foot pull up. But yeah, I'm not down on Omer. I think Omer is going to be incredible next year from a scoring standpoint. I think we need to put him back in his true role for him to succeed, though. And I don't know if that role exists even next year where he has to be a dominant lead scoring guard. A Bennett Sturts, for instance. Like he is that level. I think he could be Bennett Sturts. Like if he was on another, like a team that really needed a point guard, I think he could be that Bennett Sturts guy. Anyway, we're not going to harp on over much longer. Okay, let's jump over to the big men. Let's start with Trey. I thought Trey had a great game. What did you think of Trey in this game?
Just absolutely dominant. It's Trey. 12 and 12 is incredible. And it just shows the work and the mindset that he's willing to put in because he could have easily probably went for 25, 30 points yesterday. Nobody was stopping him. He jacked up a 3, which I freaking love it.
That's part of his new attitude, bro.
I know. I love it, dude. Just keep shooting, Trey. That's awesome, man. It's the ugliest 3 I've ever seen in my life. But I'm here for it. Trey threes. Hey, when he hits one, it's going to be a nasty thing, and everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, I knew Trey could do it, but you're all hating right now. So get out of that hater mode. Trey's a beast. The mindset's changed, you can tell, and he's probably going to kill you in the paint. It's not a guy you want to be playing against right now because he was down earlier this year, and now he's not, and you're not going to stop him. The ball is his.
Yeah, I said it. About his interview after I watched his interview post game. Like, I think Trey's getting close to his final form, where he's gonna eventually here shortly, I think, combined the scoring with the way he said scoring 20 was easy, and he had to figure out how to rebound on this team, and he had to figure out how to stay positive, and he had to figure out how to not foul. But the scoring's easy. And I'm like, okay, so at any point he feels like he can do that again. Like at
Oh,
any
yeah.
point. So to me, it's like, okay, when it comes to, crunch time, maybe Michigan, because they asked him, like, are you excited for Michigan? You didn't have a very good run against them in your last few years. And he just looked and said, yeah, this one matters to me. Like, I think that Trey's final, I don't know if you want to, evolution is going to be the rebounding style of Dennis Rodman, which he's clearly adapted. He's doing those one-arm hold-off rebounds, which is what Rodman always did. Use your other arm to stop anybody from getting near you. He's going to have that level of rebounding, and then, some version of a 15 to 20 point a game scorer. And I think it's coming very quickly. You almost saw it here. I mean, he makes that three, he has 15 and 12. And I think that's his final form. Now, he didn't have any assists. I thought that was odd. I don't know if that was just when he passed, guys missed, which could be the case. But 2 for 2 from the line. Very efficient game. Loved what I saw. Played 30 minutes again. Need to see that every single game. I don't want any more 22-minute Trey games or 24-minute. Let's go to your boy, Oscar. A little bit of, I don't think his stat line really at all backed up what I saw, but he has 4 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, has a steal, has a block, no turnovers. Only plays 20 minutes, but was a plus 18 in those 20 minutes. I thought maybe this might have been his best defensive game all year. And of course, they're a little smaller, but I thought defending on the perimeter and stuff, he was better. What did you see from him?
Yeah, quick shuffling, quick foot movement. He's still a 222 offensive rating. So
Yeah, he's extremely efficient.
I mean, 4 points, made his free throws, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. There's your assist. So Clough was dominant in this game when he was in. DJ just played a crap ton of minutes in this game. So it was like they had an even split at 20-20. But it was a good game for Oscar. I mean, nothing to hang your head about. You just did your job. Sometimes when CJ and Jakari are hot, there's not a lot of shots to go around.
Yeah, and probably had 2 of the coolest moments of the game, making that 3. I don't know if you saw it, and then it getting waved off, which sucked, because that was epic. And then he had the one where Fletch missed that wide open 3 on that transition and bounced straight off Oscar's face out of bounds. And I'm like, damn, Oscar, you're just having one of them games. Nothing quite working out that should work out for you. Good game by Oscar, though. 100% agree with you. I can't complain about anything he did. Daniel, again, played 20 minutes, which I thought was interesting. A lot of people exclaiming that he was so great in this game. I thought he was fine. I'm not going to say he was bad, but he goes 2 for 5. He's 7-4, so he shouldn't be missing a lot of shots. None of those were threes. 2 for 4 from the line, misses 2 free throws. Does have 3 blocks and 4 rebounds with 6 points, and he did draw 6 fouls. So again, I'm not at all saying he was bad. I just think that DJ looks clumsy. Catching the ball, he does this thing where sometimes if he gets the ball and it's not in his spot, he starts dribbling. And it's almost like we talk about Trey being a black hole. DJ becomes a big time black. Once the ball hits the floor with DJ, it's never coming back out because it's either being stolen. If he tries to pass it, it's a turnover every time, or it's just going to go a crazy hook shot that's probably not going in. But what do you think of DJ in this game? Because there's a lot of mixed feedback on what people thought about this.
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The refs were not calling a whole lot of things yesterday,
Yeah.
and for him
Either
to draw
way.
6 fouls, to even get those fouls, there was probably 12 times he got fouled if they called 6.
Yeah, at least.
I watched it, and the one play that really stood out to me in my mind is when he was at the top of the key and he decided it was time to put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, what are we
And they just got to run out. And I'm like, why are you in such a hurry? And I get that you developed that patience. He's still a freshman. Let's be honest. Omer, him, they have freshman tendencies. I think one summer with Brantley, and that ball's not coming down.
Yeah.
It's not going on the floor. And they were talking about it on the broadcast. When he dribbles, it's five and a half feet down to the floor. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of time for somebody to pick that off. So like, yeah, I'm hopeful. Like DJ, I think can be a huge help
Yeah.
in the tournament against some teams. Like we need a rim protector, like, but you just gotta go straight up. I don't
Yeah,
know how long
defensively.
it's gonna take for him to learn that. Like you can't like your arm should never pass like 1 degree in front of your body ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
a big problem. Like, I think I get more mad at DJ about that than anything else. Like, because it's like they mentioned it on the broadcast. Like, they said something like, "Dude, just put your arms up. You're a tree.
yeah,
Like,
you're
you can bring
wasting.
him down." Like, if he's just straight up, you got to think, what's that, 9.5 feet, maybe? Like, without jump, maybe 9.8. Like,
I would guess it's closer to 10.
yeah, he could probably almost touch the rim with his arms straight up, and he always brings him down, and especially when he gets beat, somebody curls around him. But yeah, I just think DJ is, like you mentioned, people will say, well, he redshirted. Well, okay, he was injured for one. So he's coming off an injury. He's coming off gaining 30 pounds that he's not used to carrying around. He's still he still moves like a little bit of a baby deer out there. Like
Mhm.
he's not a full flown, he's not a buck yet. Like
Yeah.
nuck if you buck. He's just out there a little wobbly. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like somebody needs to screw the tire on a little bit tighter, but he's gonna be fine. And like you
Trust
said, he's gonna help us at some point in the tournament.
trust
Um,
he will kill you
yeah.
in 1 to 2 years, and
Oh
everyone
God.
will you will hate him.
Yeah.
Like, I can promise you that.
There'll be a season soon, probably next year, maybe the year after, if that there will be no doubt that he is done after that year. Like he's going to the NBA. Like that's going to happen. And I don't know if it's next year or the year after. It could very easily be he comes back next year and half the way into the season, it's like he's a top 20 projected pick and he's see you later, bud.
Yeah.
Senon's time is here. So uh yeah, great game, I suppose. Overall, DJ feels to me like when he plays more minutes, those first 5 or 6 minutes are terrible.
Yeah.
And then he really gets the flow, gets settled in, and then he becomes really productive. So maybe the key is if he's going to play, it's got to be a decent chunk or at least like a 4 to 5 minute run, not a 2 minute run. Last guy, Jack Benner, didn't play a whole lot in this game. I think when Jakari, CJ, you don't need that spark from three when those two guys are doing what they're doing. And TKR was rebounding so well. There just weren't a ton of available minutes in this game. He kind of fills in sometimes when CJ and Jakari aren't on. And like you said, I think Omer played a little more than he needed to in this game. I think Benter could have taken some of those minutes, but Omer's a -1, Benter's a +12, and +12 in 9 minutes is pretty spectacular. Goes 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from three, does all the Benner stuff. Just seemed to be everywhere. He had that one play where he caught the ball at the top, and I thought he was going to shoot it. And then he drives and just like a point guard, just sideways kicks it out. Wide open three, bucket. What did you think of Jack in this game?
Yeah, I love that play. It was actually one where I was eating a piece of bread at Cheesecake Factory, and I said, Jack is gonna be an absolute issue for everyone for the next 3 years. He'll be another one that everyone outside of Purdue is gonna hate.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna wanna play against him. Like, there's Painter, just the ability to get these guys, like and Jack played a lot of point in high school. I think people forget that. He was good at it, and he had a decent team around him. When you can drop 48 points a game, you don't have to pass a lot. So he's another Fletcher. Like I would call him a better defensively Fletcher. Like he's lights out from three. He makes the right plays, and he just understands the game.
Yeah.
He is going to be a treasure at Purdue for the next 3 years, and I can't wait. Like, yeah, not a lot of minutes, but 100 offensive rating, hits 1 of 3. Cool. All right. You helped us score, so.
Yep. I got this feeling like next year, Benter will technically be a junior. Like he'll be a redshirt sophomore. Like people will forget he's been in the program. He'll have been, 2 full years with the program, not injured. So I just think that this guy can do things that people aren't really aware of, whether that's scoring, like dunking. I think that like he doesn't get many 3 attempts, but next year or the year after when he's shooting 7, 8 a game, you'll see what he can. You want to talk about a flamethrower? Like once he gets a couple in, it's nasty. And his facilitating ability, his athletic ability, he's essentially like I'm not gonna call him as good of a shooter as Fletcher, but he's got that shooting ability of Fletcher, the mind of Braden, and the athleticism of Jakari. Like he's got like a little bit of all of that. And once he gets his moment where he's getting that 20 to 30 minutes a game, just watch out. It's gonna be
I think Caden and Weber are gonna have a hard time pushing him off of minutes next year. I think they're really it's gonna be a tough 3-way split.
well
Like
with Weber, with Caden coming to Purdue, like for me, that almost makes I thought no chance, but with this revelation, that almost makes me think the Weber might be redshirted.
redshirts.
And I didn't think there was a chance of that, but now that you have Caden, because my only thought with Caden coming in, they're not gonna like Benter is not going to secede minutes. Like he's going to gain minutes. So maybe it's gonna be Benter at the 3, like starting 3, and it's probably gonna be like I would guess the starting lineup now that I've thought a lot about this without any more additions is gonna be Omer, CJ, Benter, Pierce, unless Raleigh just beats him, and then probably DJ, unless Oscar comes back. Like, I just think that doesn't mean those guys are going to play more. Like Ertl could still be a guy who comes off the bench and just dominates, and he could start by the end of the year. Same
You
with
said
some of
the
the
wrong word, dude.
but
Bench.
yeah, I don't think
he's not coming off the bench.
I'm just saying starting.
He's older than Omer.
I'm just saying he could start coming off the bench. Like
He's
start
not.
the year.
He's not. I'm telling you. I've watched this.
We also
play.
have Anton West. I think the problem next year is going to be we have too many guys, and somebody's going to have to transfer. And it's probably Jakari. Could be Omer. If Ertl comes in and is like, but the thing is, by the time the transfer portal is over, you won't know that yet. So like, I think there's a world in my mind where Omer ends up being like a 6th man off the bench shooting guard. Because CJ's starting. I'm 100% sure of that. He has earned that. He deserves that. He will start. So now, if Benter goes to the 3, hypothetically, you have one spot to start for Jakari, Anton, Ertl. Like, who's going to win? It's going to be fun. Omer. Like,
Ertl might be such a program kid that he redshirts.
I think he's too good.
I know he's too good. Like this kid is a nightmare already. He could come in and play tomorrow.
I think even for the sake of just if he only plays backup 10 minutes a game, there's no way he redshirts. He's
a pro.
Yeah, I mean he's like about 20 to 30 pounds of muscle away from being unstoppable. Like he's a college strength and conditioning coach from being unstoppable. And maybe a little more like defensive prowess, like the Braden instincts. Like I think he has some of that, but like it's got to get a little bit better, obviously. But I mean, if Ertl is at Purdue, if he's at Purdue for 3 years, 4 years, like he's going to be like, you talk about people other teams are going to hate. Like we just get rid of Braden, and then they look around and they go, "Oh, you brought in like a little left-handed version who can just score whenever he wants."
He ain't little either. He's
he's 6 foot,
bro.
Yeah. You brought in a bigger left-handed version who can score better. Like he's a better scorer than Braden.
And he's faster than Braden.
Oh, he's lightning, and he never slows down. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Next year's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I don't know if we've mentioned this, but like, there's a good chance PJ Thompson's gonna come on after the season with us and talk a little bit about reviewing the season, but also about some of these new guys that are gonna be coming and kind of how they can fit into Purdue. And I'm really, really excited to hear his thoughts on some of these guys because he's got to be kind of chomping at the bits to go, man. Wait, you're gonna tell me I have guys like CJ, Antoine, Omer, and freaking Ertl, all just pure elite scorers from every level? Like, man,
Weber.
Well, yeah, Weber, Pierce is an elite scorer. Like he can score at all 3 levels. You have DJ of Sinan, who is a good scorer from the 5. If Oscar comes back, you have freaking Burgess, you have Benter. Like, these guys, you talk about Painter finding the guys. Like, he just finds these guys that are like, how do you get the one guy that nobody else saw coming? Even Antoine, everybody's like, Braden says he's going to be the leading scorer next year. Like, Antoine West was a 3-star kid out of Toledo or whatever that nobody else was really paying attention to. And watch, he's gonna be elite. But yeah, sorry, I got off on a tangent there too. Again, Iowa sucks. All right, just give me your player of the game in this game, and then we'll head out of here. We gotta do the Michigan preview.
I don't know how you can go with anybody but Jakari.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be almost ignorant to argue with him being the player of the game. He just was a spark. He came out and he did his thing. He took the minutes and he used them.
Yeah, definitely hard to argue with. The only person I could argue with is the person I'm going to say, which is Trey. I think getting 11 rebounds for the second straight game in the first half, like, I think he had 11. It was a lot either way.
Yeah, it was.
To go 12-12, to completely just crush the other team again on the boards, especially early, like, setting that tone is so important because it breaks the spirit of the other team. And he came out in this game too offensively and just hit back-to-back buckets. And it was like, okay. And then he didn't score again until like the very end of the first half. But thought he was great. Made his free throws, efficient from the field, didn't get in foul trouble whatsoever. Thought it was a good game for Trey. And I think we've been saying for a while now, if we can get this version of Trey, Purdue's very dangerous. Same if we get this version of CJ and Jakari where they're hitting shots. Very dangerous. People would say Braden didn't have a good game. I completely disagree. I think this version of Braden, now 1 for 5 from the field, not great. I'd like if he had 10 points in this game, like for me, Braden 10-10-10 or 10-10-8, whatever it is a perfect Braden game. Like, getting your team involved, playing solid defense, hitting your open shots. So really good game by Purdue. Huge win. Like, it's kind of being undervalued because of how easy it looked. But this is a quad 1A win. Like, this is a road win against a top 25 team. Purdue's net rating went from 10th to 5th after this game. Like, you think this wasn't a big game. That is a massive jump. Now, other teams lost helping that. But that is a massive, massive leap in net rating. Next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, at this point, you know, they launched the initial top 16 teams for March Madness from the committee. You know, Purdue goes and beats Michigan and IU this week. You're real close to a 1 line. Like, with Arizona losing twice and some of these other teams losing, like, it's
Koa
only
Pete's injured.
Do what?
Koa Pete's injured.
Yeah,
like
there's
a good
and their
chance he
schedule's
misses time.
vicious, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think I know Houston and Iowa State play Monday. Like, you're not far away from a 1 seed, and UConn is 1 loss away, a bad loss, which they keep flirting with. Bout lost to Georgetown at home. Hurley comes on the mic after, like, honestly didn't hate it. Like, he's like, dude, why our fans aren't showing up, I have no fucking clue. He's like, I'm done trying to hype them. I have 2 national titles here in the last 3 years. Why the fuck is this place not full? Like, and to me, that's crazy that it's not full. If Purdue won 2 natties, tickets would be $1 million just to get in the door. Like, you're out of, like, it's
they already are for IU. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, and UConn's what, 22-1?
Yeah, they're
like,
I mean, they have 2. I think
or
they have 2.
Yeah, like they're on the 1 seed line. Like, what are we doing here? It's not like they're 19-8 and having a rough season. Like,
it's crazy.
I don't know. It's gonna get interesting here, though. If Purdue beats Michigan, things really, really get interesting. And that 1 seed is not. I thought it was gone, but I didn't think we would, say we beat Michigan. I definitely didn't think we'd go 3-0 in these 3 games. So that's going to be a hell of an environment. If tickets drop anywhere near $100, I'm going to find my way there. And then I'm actually not. That's a complete lie because I'll be in Michigan actually for this game for work. So any final thoughts on this Iowa game or Purdue or anything before we jump and start making the Michigan preview?
It was a beautiful performance. Just absolute dominance. What this team's capable of. I have nothing but good things to say about this. This game was beautiful. We're 8-4 in quad 1. The fair weather people can jump off. Don't get it twisted. I criticize this team, but it's from a place of knowing what this team is capable of and just wanting the highest level from this team. I love this team. I've been with these guys. That sounded extremely homo, but moving forward, I have not been with these guys.
He's been with him a lot.
Anyways, moving on. Just a great performance. I have nothing but good things to say, so.
Yep, very, very happy with this. That's 2 road victories against top 25 teams back to back. At least KenPom top 25 teams. Actually, top 20 teams at the time would beat them. So huge set. We're going to keep this under 50 minutes. So anybody out there, then leave us a comment. Yes, you did it. We finally have kept one under 20 minutes unless I ramble for 40 more seconds. So appreciate everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. We're almost at 250 followers. Really want to get there. And I think we're at 246. So it really means a lot to us that you guys follow, leave us comments. We love talking to you. And boiler up, and let's go beat some ass this week with Michigan. It is hate week, boys and girls.
Boiler up.